Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Canelo's promoter Oscar De La Hoya punks Team Triple G. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, I already did a video kind of regarding this subject. In case you missed this, this is a follow-up. I had to get a haircut, so I was leaving, so I didn't really get to expand on certain aspects. Shout out to ringtv.com. Link is in the description. They have an interview with Oscar De La Hoya, and he basically says, I'm going to paraphrase, with or without Golovkin, Canelo is fighting in September. Right? And the gist of what he's saying is that Golovkin's representation, Tom Loeffler, K2 Promotions, his promoter, is now requesting a different deal than was approved and agreed to when the fight was still on for May 5th. Right? Once again, let me repeat that. So according to Oscar De La Hoya, Golovkin's promoter is now requesting a different deal. Be it more money, different inclusions, different glove size, whatever. He wants a different deal. I don't have all the details, but a different deal. Most likely it's money, right? A different split, more money, whatever, a different percentage, something to that effect than what was previously agreed to when the fight was still on, which raises a lot of questions. But first, let's get into what De La Hoya had to say. He says, and I quote, "It's clear to us Golovkin doesn't want to fight Canelo. It's clear to us after all the demands that they made, after Canelo having to do the hair follicle test, having to enroll in VADA, having to be tested by the Nevada State Athletic Commission randomly, even before he was enrolled in VADA, it's clear that Golovkin is afraid. So we're going to move on, and I'm going to start making phone calls to Daniel Jacobs' people, Billy Joe Saunders' people, start making calls to Jamal Charlo and Spike O'Sullivan." Right? He says that he doesn't want to fight. Golovkin's promoter says that Golovkin doesn't want to fight. That's all Tom said. So I don't know, but you guys go look at the Ring TV article. Now, Tom Loeffler, he doesn't coincide with this account of what happened, and the Ring TV reached out to Tom Loeffler as well, and he says, and I quote, Tom Loeffler, Golovkin's promoter, "If they want to go in a different direction, they're entitled to, but I think that speaks more to Canelo. Triple G is not afraid to fight anybody in the middleweight division. He made a lot of financial sacrifices for the first fight and the rematch, and since the rematch was canceled, he wants a more equitable percentage." Listen, I really, at this point, I don't even really care if Canelo and Triple G fight next. Like, yes, I'm a big fan of immediate rematches, but it's not an immediate rematch anymore, right? And the reason is Golovkin already has had an in-between fight. So when I talk about I'm talking about Mayweather, Maidana, right? Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, right? Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, right? David Benavidez, Ron Gavril. Meaning they fight in their next fight in a rematch to clarify what happened. So it's just so much drama regarding these two getting in the ring. Now, I am fully aware that the initial onset of all this happens from what Canelo had in his body, pause. You know what I mean? The clenbuterol and stuff like that. But it's just like Mayweather-Pacquiao. You have a root cause. Pacquiao was the root cause of Mayweather-Pacquiao not happening initially, right? That's fact. Freddie Roach has already confirmed that. That's a fact. And it was because Mayweather introduced Olympic-style blood and urine test. Pacquiao refused to take it. He says, let the commission do their job. Pacquiao's side said he's afraid of needles. The fight fell apart, right? But then it was after where then you can share the blame. Mayweather did certain things and said certain things, you know what I mean, telling Pacquiao to make him sushi. You know what I mean? Things that would further the fight. Bob Arum said things. Freddie wrote, you know what I mean? And it just got ugly. That's what's happening here. It's like Canelo initially created this turmoil by having something in his system and getting caught for it. However, now there's some things that, in my opinion, Team Golovkin is doing wrong. Why are you trying to get a different deal? If you really and truly want to fight Canelo for justice, right, to prove you're the better fighter, and you were willing to take this deal in May 5th, why are you all of a sudden trying to switch the terms of the deal? You know what I'm saying? I get it. Canelo tested positive 2 times. He has a story, whether you believe it or not, but now he's going through the protocols to prove his innocence. And if he tests positive for something else, then it's over for him. You know what I mean? People are really not going to believe. That's going to be like, okay, we believe the tainted meat, but now this is outrageous. You have clenbuterol backing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he's going to be walking on eggshells. So what's the need to further complicate things by switching the terms? You know what I mean? Why is it that you agreed to these terms for May 5th and 6 months later, these terms are no longer good, especially since we have Canelo doing year-round VADA testing. So he's going to be tested to prove that he's on the up and up and he has nothing in his system. So it's not like that's the worry. Besides that, and this is what I told you guys, some of y'all don't listen, but in my opinion, Team Golovkin made a vital mistake, just like Eddie Hearn regarding Joshua Wilder and Anthony Joshua. They're using social media and these different outlets and YouTube channels, and they're talking too much, meaning they're doing too many interviews with different people. And the thing about that is that's cool, but it hurts you when you're not being consistent in your interviews. You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing. So I can't believe okay, I could be like, oh, Triple G, Canelo failed a drug test, so now he wants more money because of what he went through, and he's not sure if Canelo's clean. But then the reason that doesn't make sense is because of what Team Triple G said, because they're on tape, on record, saying that they believe Canelo was dirty the first fight, and doctors were sending them pictures. So you took that fight, had a draw, then you negotiated and were willing to take whatever deal that you're no longer willing to take. So you can't use that as a fallback and say, oh, it's because I think he's dirty now, I want more money. Because you said, in your words, Team Triple G's own words, you thought that he was dirty from the first fight. Abel Sanchez did an interview with Yahoo Sports and stuff, and he says that Canelo's team were illegally wrapping his hands, which is dirty. He's saying that they were creating a cast and layering it. So it's not like you want more money because of more inherent danger, or now you believe he's dirty. Triple G also did an interview with ESPN before the May 5th fight was officially canceled, and he said he still wants to fight. So what is the basis for now not being willing to take the deal that you were going to take? You know what I mean? Now it looks like Golovkin is the holdup. That's just what it is. Because why is the deal that was in front of you that you took in May, why is that no longer void? You got Canelo. He looked like he lost some weight. He's coming off of surgery. He said he's down to fight you again. You guys had already negotiated, which is the hard part. You already did like a little, not a press tour, but you did a couple press conferences or whatever for the first fight. And now you're saying you want more money. Sugar Ray Robinson, he was notorious for threatening to pull out of fights right before the fight. So it's like, oh, pay me or I'm not fighting. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, the attempt, you know what I mean? Maybe try to get some more money. But now to me, it sounds like Team Triple G is the holdup. You can't say Canelo's running from you if you all of a sudden don't want to take a deal that you were willing to take 4 or 5 months ago. You know what I mean? Because what would be the why would they give you a different split? Based on what? Because you knocked out Vanes Martirosyan? You know what I mean? No one even told you. No one even wanted to see that fight. So it'd be one thing if he like whooped Billy Joe Saunders' ass and took his belt, and he's like, now I'm bringing Undisputed to this championship fight. But nothing has really changed, minus Canelo fell in a drug test, which you already said he was dirty from the first fight, and you still negotiated whatever deal that you're no longer willing to take. And then aside from that, you knocked out Vanes Martirosyan, a guy coming off a loss, moving up in weight, and a guy who had no experience at middleweight, and was very inactive, and you knocked him out in 2 rounds. So they're supposed to give you a different percentage for that. Doesn't really make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, you would have, to me, if the deal is no longer good, then something has had to have happened to justify why you believe Golden Boy would change the split that was already in place, that was already agreed upon. You know what I'm saying? Like, why, like, De La Hoya, he's smart for not switching it. Why would he? What was it? The only thing I could think of that has really changed for the Golovkin side is that he knocked out Vanes Martirosyan. So let's say, I don't know the percentage that they're getting or whatever, but let's say they negotiated 31%, right? Just a hypothetical number. I'm just throwing a number out there. 31%, and you were down to take that in May. Now 31% is not good. Why? Why do you now want 43%? You get what I'm saying? Like, what changed? The only thing I could think of that changed is Vanes Martirosyan. So I understand what De La Hoya is saying. And again, if this fight doesn't happen, then oh well. Hopefully they fight. Golovkin can fight as mandatory. Andrade, you know what I mean? Because now Golovkin, the walls are closing in for him in terms of you've already fought guys moving up. Kell Brook from 47, Vanes from 54, Rosado from 54, Ishida from 54. So you can't really use that card anymore. You've already used it twice, fought smaller guys, at least twice, where you fought smaller guys, and it was just to save the date. You did it with Kell Brook. You were in negotiations to possibly face Chris Eubank Jr. You had a date in September. HBO was down for you to fight on that date, and then things didn't pan out with you and Chris Eubank. So you said, oh, and then Eddie Hearn offered it to Kell Brook. So you said, oh, we got to save the date. Then you wanted to fight on the Mexican dates. Canelo bust, test positive or whatever, pissed dirty. And then you're like, oh, he wants to still fight May 5th. So you pulled up a guy. So you're fresh out of that. You know what I mean? No one's going to want to see you. You have plenty of time to promote your next fight. Fight your mandatory. You have time to prepare for Southpaw and Demetrius Andrade. Prepare for Jacobs rematch, who's your mandatory, a Charlo rematch. So I think this is good. If they can come to terms peacefully soon, then that's cool. Let's see Canelo versus Triple G too. But if it's gonna be a bunch of like piston contests and trying to switch the deal, I just don't understand it. I don't understand why the deal was good a mere few months ago, but now all of a sudden you're saying that, oh, he wants a bigger slice of the pie. Based on what? The only thing I could, because he did numbers at StubHub, you know what I mean, when the tickets were really cheap. I was there and I got the video. Don't make me release the video. There were some gaping holes in the seats. I was there. It's all on tape. So I just don't understand what's up with this. I don't know, man. I feel like people, they want to be like balling like Floyd when it comes to these business deals, but Floyd never has to go through. He never looks like this in the negotiations. Like he maintains a position of power. Like I don't think this helps Golovkin. You know what I mean? Because now De La Hoya is using it and saying, oh, he wants a new deal. We did everything. We complied. He passed the hair follicle test. He's doing year-round testing. And now you're trying to switch the deal. So De La Hoya has a point. It does make it. I'm not saying Golovkin is afraid because he's a professional and he already fought Canelo. But you got De La Hoya saying it and he's running around. And like I said, I just don't understand why Team Triple G is now if you really wanted to fight Triple G really wanted to fight Canelo, then why are you trying to switch the deal that you already agreed to? Like, what is the basis? That's all I need to know. Because other than that, then what De La Hoya is saying, I guess you can make a case for that. Because why on earth is it no longer a deal that was just valid? You're like, oh no, that's unacceptable. Based on what? You already said you wanted to fight him whether he was dirty or not. You already said you thought he was dirty in the first fight, and you still negotiated what you negotiated. And so what's the basis? You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But I actually understand where De La Hoya is coming from. They're trying to switch the deal. And the other thing is, like, you got to listen to what people say. Golovkin was all about this. These other guys are businessmen. And no, businessmen. And I'm a true fighter. Right? But you're a businessman. If you're trying to switch the deal now and You're taking a Kell Brook fight, even though he's a welterweight and you could seriously hurt him. You're willing to take something like that because it's going to pay you more than fighting Andrade or whoever if you go to the UK to fight him. So it's like Golovkin and his team are guilty of what they lambasted others for. Let me know what you guys think. Should Triple G just take the deal that he already accepted in May? Shout out to ringtv.com, link in the description. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.